What's going on, everybody? Tom Quiet here, live and amplified. I hope you all are having an absolutely amazing day. This video is a little bit different. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced their nominees for the 2024 class a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I'm not really sure when this officially came out, but I thought it'd be kind of interesting to go through who the nominees are and what my thought is on who will make it, stuff of that nature. So I thought this would be kind of a cool video. So let's jump right into it. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame obviously is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like it's a museum that honors rock and roll musicians, and over the last decade or so, they've kind of expanded beyond rock and roll. It's become more of a music Hall of Fame. But since a lot of music is like birthed out of rock and roll. So their 2024 class nominees are, and I'll just kind of read off this list here. Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Eric B. and Rakim, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Jane's Addiction, Kool and the Gang, Lenny Kravitz, Oasis, Sinéad O'Connor, Ozzy Osbourne, Sade, and A Tribe Called Quest. Now, my first initial reaction off of this is there are a lot of still very active musicians on this list. And to me, this just screams this isn't a Hall of Fame induction anymore. Because to me, if you're going into the Hall of Fame, means you've been retired or are retired, and you're being honored for your work, since. And so right off the rip, like artists like Mary J. Blige and Mariah Carey, that's gonna be a hard pass for me. Cher definitely has a very strong portfolio. Has been in the game for forever and a day, so she's definitely up there in my book. Dave Matthews Band, this is just a personal preference. I know there's gonna be a lot of people from the late 90s and early 2000s about to lop my head off. No, thank you. Eric B. and Rakim, yep, I'm good with them. Foreigner, I could see the argument for them. It's for me, it's kind of this or that. Whatever. If they make it, cool. If not, cool. Peter Frampton, definitely yes. Jane's Addiction, I'm not really familiar with Jane's Addiction, so. Just off of that fact alone, I'm going to make that a hard pass just because I'm not familiar with their work. Kool and the Gang, I mean, out of respect for what they did for hip hop and rap, sure, why not? But it's whatever. Lenny Kravitz definitely deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but as of like now, I think maybe give it a couple of more years. I think he's just still too active in the industry. So Lenny Kravitz, yes, he deserves it, but not right now, maybe 2026, 27, 28, somewhere later in the 2020s. But yes, definitely. Oasis, another personal preference of mine, not really, but I could see the argument made for him. But for me, I'm going to have to say no. Sinead O'Connor, I think just because, this is going to be a weird mix because I know she was always she was very divisive during some of her more active days in the early and mid 90s whenever, she had her big hits and whatnot. And I know more recently when she passed away, people were a lot of really mourning for her. So just off of that fact, I think she will get in. I don't think she necessarily deserves it at this point. So I'm going to have to pass on Sinead O'Connor. Ozzy Osbourne, I think that's a obvious one. Yes, he's a little controversial, but, I definitely think he deserves to go in. Black Sabbath, all that fun stuff. So Ozzy Osbourne's definitely yes. Sade, not really familiar with her work. Once again, so just off of that criteria, I'm going to have to hard pass on that one. And then A Tribe Called Quest, nah, I'm going to have to pass. Not this year, man. Maybe next year or the year after, but not this year. Because I don't know if there's a minimum or a maximum that are allowed to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But for me, I think the strong candidates to win are Cher, Eric B. and Rakim, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, and Ozzy Osbourne. So I think those are the 5, 6, whatever it is. I think those are the ones that get in. So yeah, other than that's kind of my hot take on it. I'm sure when Jeff and I get together, as long as they haven't announced the nominees, we'll probably sit down and do a little bit of a hot take on this one and, kind of do another rehash over it. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to react on this and see where everybody else is thinking. Who do you think deserves to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you agree with any of my opinions. Disagree, agree, whatever it is. Just, let me know. Thanks. Y'all have a good one.